Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of Chesterfield away game in the National League playoff semi-final versus Solihull Moors today. So hopefully we'll get Solihull today and get the win. So guys, get your likes in the chat. So let me know your thoughts, how you think the game's going to go. So, and also, put some questions in the chat, folks.
So fingers crossed Danny will be back for us soon. Obviously Joe Quigley's coming to the side today, who's been out for a couple of weeks. So it's just a natural replacement at the top end. And the rest of the team stays the same.
How tough an opponent will Solihull be today?
Yeah, excellent. You know yourself, the records there. I think it's 1 defeat in 23.
Hello, True Lion, how are you doing? So, guys, let me know in the chat. Put your questions in. We want to get as many questions as we can during this stream as we can. And vote for who you think is going to win between Chesterfield.
Do you know what, Macca? I don't know if you agree. I sense he's got a bit of a spring back in
between Chesterfield and Solihull Moors.
You know, we've seen him a few times recently, you know, and it's
well, boys,
heavy on his shoulders. Today he looks a different man. You know, he looks a really happy. It looks like he's enjoying it again, which is nice to see. And
so we need to just play with passion. We need to play with heart. We need to play with resilience, and we need to go for it. That's all Chesterfield can do, is do our own part on the field.
The Halifax game and the performance. I think the performance from the players, the way they reacted, you know, the way. Everything about it was more like a Paul Cook team, as opposed to what we've seen in previous games, and they can come here with a lot of confidence.
No, definitely.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous due to the fact that if we win this, we're one game away from a return back to the Football League, and it would be good to have a chance to go up against Grimsby, the team that relegated us to the National League 4 years ago. So it would come full circle that we play Grimsby, the team that relegated us, to then have a chance to play them to get promoted would be good. And also it would come full circle that Paul Cook was the last team to get us promoted in any league in England. So it would come full circle that the last player to get into the playoffs was Paul Cook. The last manager to get into the playoffs in the Football League was Paul Cook. The last team to get promoted and win a trophy was Paul Cook. So we know we got the history with him when the last time he was manager. He won us promoted to League One. So he's got the knack to get us promoted. And stuff like that. So guys, we need to just play well. We need to go for it. We need to show the absolute minimum of 110%.
Arena awaits. The two sets of fans have just been exchanging Sunday lunchtime pleasantries. That goes with the territory. Grimsby await. The London Stadium awaits either Solihull or Chesterfield. A sellout, of course. The atmosphere is crackling. And kickoff not far away now.
I'm just nervous, yeah, you know me. But guys, put some questions in the chat, like, sub, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. So let me know. Put some questions in. Let's have a good conversation, have a good chat, and let's get as many likes as we can during this, and let's support the boys, get over that line, and let's try and get ourselves back to the Football League where we belong. We're too big for this league. And so forth. So Solihull Moors versus Chesterfield, and I will quickly do something for you folks, which I will try and get some information on Solihull Moors, because none of you guys know a bit of information about this club. That they're based in in Birmingham. And they were founded in 2007. The ground that we are playing at today is Damson Park, and it is got a capacity of 5,500. So that's in, and it's just to let you know, it's not just one club; it's a merger of two, which was Moor Green and Solihull Borough, which Moor Green was founded in 1901 and Solihull Borough was founded in 1953, and they originally were in the National League North, 6th tier of English football in 2007, where they remained there until they got promoted to the Football League the National League in 2016, avoided relegation in 2016 and 17 and 17 and 18. They narrowly missed out on promotion for the first ministry by finishing second in 2017-18. So that's going to be interesting, and that'll be a good. That's a bit of information about Solihull Moors for you if you've never heard of that club. But we need to go for it. We need to play well. We can't afford to slack off. We gotta be going 110% from the first whistle to last. We can't afford not to. But it's like, come on guys, get your questions in. Like, subscribe with the notification, don't forget to post as well, and vote. Get your votes in before kickoff in the watch along for the poll on who you think is going to be going to the playoff final next Sunday, or a week today, to play Grimsby Town for a spot in the Football League. Solihull Moors or Chesterfield. So, I'm going to say thank you, True Lion. Thank you for saying come on, Chesterfield. That is appreciated, but hopefully we can make it and get to where we belong, which is back in the Football League. Because we're a team that does not deserve to be in this league. We are too big for this league. But like I said, if we play well from the off, we'll get the result we need. But it all depends on how we play, and that is true. More depends on how we play, how we go for it. We go in for this, that, and tougher. It's just gotta keep going and don't give up, because if you give up, then there's no point in you being in the playoffs if you're gonna just give up on a whimper. But we just gotta keep going.
Never been a Football League club, Solihull Moors, but that's what they want. That's what they are aiming for. That's what they've worked all season.
Come on, Chesterfield!
Chesterfield standing their way. Now, far be it from me to impugn your ability to predict these things, Macca, but you're on quite a run.
I am. At the moment, I'm predicting.
You're north from how many?
North from probably about 4 or 5 now.
Yeah.
But I must say, look, the form that Solihull has shown, in the last few months especially, I'd say it's going to be Solihull. I'm probably going to be wrong again, like I am.
It is literally people all over the country just making sure they go exactly the opposite of what you suggest. So you're going home side. Oaks?
I can't really afford to upset anybody yet, so I'm going to sit right on the fence.
Come on, Chesterfield! Let's go! Come on, boys!
Half-time, but here they come. Solihull Moors and Chesterfield for the
Well, let's do this, let's go! Let's go play Grimsby next week!
At the London Stadium, and maybe
Come on!
join Stockport in the Football League next season.
Come on, Sparrows. Come on, boys.
Observing, analysing,
I
and
will
no
give you
doubt
guys the lineups for Chesterfield and
getting everything right.
for Solihull Moors now.
And
This
Adam
is your
Summerton.
lineup
Afternoon, boys.
for Solihull Moors. You got McDonald, Clark, Storer, Howe, Gooder, Barra, Maycock, Barnett, Boys, Dowers and Hoodley. That is your team to play Chesterfield today for Solihull Moors. Your Chesterfield team is Loach, Maguire, Grimes, Williams, King, Ellerman, Wheeland, Khan, Miller, Mandeville and Quickly. Yeah, and then you got on the bench you have McCourt, Tyson, Denton, Whittle and Rowley, and that is your Chesterfield team to play Solihull Moors today.
Cook has made one enforced change to the Chesterfield side. They began their eliminator win at Halifax on Tuesday night. Danny Rowe, who got the opener in that game, is out with a recurrence of the injury that's kept him out for much of the season. In his place comes Joe Quigley, who's been suffering from a hamstring injury of late. He has a great record against Solihull, though. 4 goals in 5 league games against them. But one of Solihull's chief threats today, Andy Dallas, who's got 19 league goals so far this season, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly is a threat, isn't he, on the counter-attack, and when you link him up with Joe Sparrow as well, it's going to be a real outball for Solihull Moors, especially on the counter-attack. Those two can be so effective in the way they operate in the final third. Talking of outballs, I think I've been really, really impressed when I've seen Calvin Miller play left of a 3 in the forward line. He's an outball for them that he can run with the ball, and I think that's going to be so, so important. We're talking about the support towards Quigley within that final third.
Come on, boys.
It's going to be vitally important to offer that support.
Paul Cook has won 3 promotions during his managerial career, but they've all been league title wins. Never has he done it via the playoffs. Never until yesterday had a side who'd finished 6th or 7th in the regular season. Made it to the promotion final. Of course, Grimsby changed that yesterday. Chesterfield finished 7th. Could they join them at London Stadium a week today?
Come on, boys.
There were 5 points between these 2 clubs at the end of last season in Chesterfield's favour. They ended this current campaign 13 points apart in Solihull's favour, so an 18-point swing. 3rd and 7th in the final table. But this is all about performing on the day. What's gone before of little consequence. A one-off game, Adam, to decide who goes to next Sunday's final.
I mean, again,
Here we go, folks. Game's underway. Chesterfield for Solihull Moors for a place in the National League playoff final.
But it's a different kind of game, really. We're looking at Chesterfield full of confidence after that away performance against Halifax.
Come on, boys.
And Solihull Moors, for me, have been absolutely brilliant under Neil Ardley this season. Combination play of the players within the final third, the way that they can rotate formations during the game. And at home, they've got an abundance of goals in their repertoire.
Early foul here on 19-year-old Harry Boyce, on loan from Sheffield United.
Slightly heavy touch today, but during the foul.
Callum Howe. Taken down beautifully there. Hudlin waiting in the box. Cook has made his way to the edge of the area. Hudlin, it was too high for him.
Well done.
Defensive header out by Mandeville. It needed to be as well. Had several arriving in the box there. Solihull as it's played up to Quigley.
Hello, Roberto. How are you doing?
In slid Boys. And now it's Howe. Good job. Good work down the left, the right-hand side there by Barnett, playing that cross initially.
He's offside. But he still missed.
Certainly early warning signs for Paul Cook's side. They cannot afford to get the line wrong at the back.
Come on.
He's certainly shown us a great diagonal out wide. That's what you need to do. Try and get crosses into the box for Hudlin. Just a little bit over him. So it's quality covering defending there from Mandeville to come back and make that challenge.
Come on, boys.
Khan trying to keep it in.
Well done, Khan.
Will get the throw in, which is taken quickly. Lawrence Maguire, who was excellent at left back in that win at the Shea on Tuesday night, as Grimes chips forward here to Mandeville. Whelan on the edge of the box, so is Khan. Mandeville with the ball back to Maguire.
Put the ball in the box.
Miller. Kellerman. Williams.
This is good football.
King got the winner on Tuesday night.
Oi! Ref.
There by Boyce, right into the back of Jeff King, who was only too happy really to go down. He was running into the corner, a bit of a blind alley really.
I think it's a really good battle, especially down that right-hand side of King up against Boyce. Two players that like to get forward, may struggle in one-on-one situations, but it's certainly a great outball for Chesterfield down that right-hand side, Jeff King.
The Chesterfield supporters, as ever, have travelled in significant numbers in support of their side. They have an early goal to cheer here. Jeff King will take this free kick, and there are plenty of
King. Someone in blue, get your head onto it.
From the back. Quickly is a big physical presence in there too.
What? I'll put it in the box.
The cross into the box is dealt with. Maguire. Nice bit of pressure this from the Spyrites as Miller plays it in.
Unlucky. Come on, boys. So it's Chesterfield 0, Solihull Moors 0, 4 minutes played, but we are playing with absolute vigour.
Only his second start since early April against Halifax. Miller, but he was one of Chesterfield's better players on the night. It was a good team performance from the Spyrites, something we haven't really seen from them in the latter stages of the regular season.
Come on. Guys, put your question in the chat, like, subscribe if you are new. Come on, boys. We just need to keep playing well. We need to give ourselves a bit of a chance. If you can get an early goal, I'll take it.
There was elements in the game that really built confidence into Chesterfield's performance.
That's all we need to do is just get an early ball, just get an early goal, or if we can, do as much as we can.
Just seem a little bit more disciplined in their shape without the ball early on, which is certainly understandable.
Good idea that from Howe, which is acknowledged by Clark, who's got a long way forward there.
Well, you've certainly got two fullbacks for the LRB's team that will desperately want to get forward, and that's when you see Dallas sometimes coming in off the line. You can see Sabara just playing in the middle of the pitch at the moment.
Well, we just start playing.
We can talk about with this Solihull Moors side.
Quickly. Left by Grimes, clearance by Loach. Dallas.
Come on, boys.
Barnett is wide, he loves to get on the ball in these sort of positions, the number 11. And he's stood up a good cross towards Hutlin.
What a save, Scott Loach.
The sort of service that Hutlin thrives
Well
on.
done, Scott Loach. What a keeper, what a keeper.
You said good save, I have to say great save from Scott Loach, because it really is magnificent, because all of the advantage is with Carl Hutlin, because he jumps early and he can generate the power. And when a goalkeeper goes one side, then has to adjust to go to the other side. It's a magnificent save from him.
A man who once upon a time earned 14 caps for the England under-21s, Scott Loach.
Hello, Timothy Bright. How are you doing? And also, let me know down in the comment section below or in the chat what team you actually support in real life.
Boyce showed good strength to hold off Whelan, gets it back again off Storer. They're moving it nicely here.
Come on.
Dallas. Storer. Goodger. Ball wide from Storer. On the ball again here, the captain. Chesterfield get it back again though with Kellerman. Khan.
Go on, Khan.
He just had to hold his run to stay on side.
Come on, Chesterfield.
Williams, who is a former Solihull player. King with a great ball.
Go on! Go on! Yes! Come on! Joe quickly! I didn't think he would do that! But Joe quickly! Ah!
And a confident finish from Quickly.
What?
The man restored to the starting lineup today.
Game! It's Joe quickly! Can we do it? Could we be going back to oh, this is incredible!
And I'm really pleased for Joe Quigley because I know he's...
Oh! I didn't expect it! But Joe Quigley, what a striker's finish!
The ball over the top from King was
Game!
run onto, and it's a perfectly weighted cut back there for Quigley, who timed his run perfectly. It's a confident finish as well.
Game!
I think it's a big
Why
big
can you
finish
do
for
that? And you've won like 13 games!
For Chesterfield since he was signed in October. He expected big things from Quickly for one reason or another.
Hello Callum, how you doing?
It hasn't really quite worked as
Getting 1-0. Chesterfield, 8 minutes played, 1-0.
Biggest game of the season so far. And it's the team.
Away!
He finished in
To
the top
football,
three. Solihull,
away!
you've got to look to come from behind here at home. Could we have another fantastic afternoon?
To the football, away!
He might have scored himself a few minutes prior to the opener. Storer.
Just keep pressurising, just keep pressurising.
Clark.
Solihull Moors on the ball at the moment.
Barnett. To wriggle away. Barney with a lovely pass and Maycock.
Way!
What a response that would have been from Dallas.
good response. The quick interplay that we see from Solihull Moors time and time again. Barnett, brilliant way to wriggle and try and create himself a bit of space.
Come on, boys!
Quick there to
If Chesterfield can get a second, I'll be absolutely handang-doody.
You dare to even hope that we can have another game like yesterday?
No, I don't want a game like that yesterday, please. That Grimsby Wrexham game was nuts. That Solihull Moors, that Grimsby game was nuts yesterday, folks. If you guys like the stream, hit the thumbs up, don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It is Chesterfield 1, Solihull Moors 0. Which I didn't expect for us to get an early goal so early on.
Barnett. Dallas is the furthest forward.
Thank you very much. Hope we can make it to the playoff final next Saturday. Next Sunday, a week today, against Grimsby Town.
Good start to the game.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of these players, isn't he? Look at
Be back in a minute, folks.
Dallas and Sabara. Just a real quality about them. They want to run with the ball. They've got energy. They've got pace going forward.
He says to get Solihull to the Football League would probably be the biggest achievement of his managerial career yet, Neil Ardley.
Well, boys, keep pressurising.
Can they hit back quickly?
Just keep pressurising, just keep pressurising.
We've got 5 in the box here, the home sides. With Barnett and Maycock towards the edge of the area.
Well, Loach.
Nick off the wall, took it through to Loach.
So guys, put in your questions. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me. Quickly, you basically surprised me. Because I didn't expect. I didn't expect Joe Quigley to get into the side in literally the biggest game of the season, and do that. I didn't expect him to do it.
So strange, isn't it? Football at times. Chesterfield came into the playoffs
Why? This is weird. We came into the playoffs literally not on form, absolutely rubbish, absolutely out of it, and we've literally come into the playoffs like a completely different team. We played in the playoffs like a completely different team. Come on. Go on! Come on! Oh! Go on! Oh! Oh! Boy, that was going to be 2-0. Okay. Come on, if we can get a second, we could be ding-dang, could be slightly thinking that we could be thinking we're already there. But, like, we can't at 1-0. Be a bit too much. Go on, someone in blue, get your head onto the ball. Someone in blue, get your head onto it.
Swinging corner coming. Plenty of movement in the box. A player down there as well.
Alright.
Mandeville being called across here by
but he got pushed into the ground, so you could have.
Is the referee.
I don't think Mandeville did anything wrong, but look at that. He's Mandeville's just literally getting pushed.
Can't make a run across the near post that created that bit of space. And
oh, we're going short. Okay, we're going short. All right. Go on. No corner. Take that. Take that. Come on, boy. Come on. Just keep playing like this for 90 minutes. And you definitely make us believe. We're gonna watch this live.
How many players are in the 6-yard box here? A lot of players for the goalkeeper McDonald potentially to have to come through here as King sent it in.
Just gotta hope we don't get hit on the counter.
So important in the playoffs so far.
Just gotta hope we don't get it on the counter, that's the only thing.
As Adam just mentioned, Chesterfield got their opener on Tuesday night from a corner, scored the header by Danny Rowe.
Be careful, be careful.
Sabara, huddling.
Be really careful.
Maycock, look at the run here down the left from Boys. Maycock goes inside, Dallas!
Goal. 1-1.
Solihull on toes. Didn't take them long, did it? And it's their top scorer, their talisman, Andy Dallas. He's made it 1-1.
We talk about the importance of Joe McDonald. Two crucial saves, and all of a sudden, from a set play, from a corner, they got the other end and find themselves a goal.
Shouldn't be doing that. From your own set, please get. And then they go up and score. You shouldn't be doing that.
Picks up a really good position.
It's 1-1, folks.
Pointed in the direction to put it in there for me. Times it perfectly. Scott Roach comes off his line and tries to make himself as big as possible.
Scott Roach did the best he can. All you can do is come out, make yourself big, and hope you do your job as a keeper. And it's just he tried to make himself big, but wasn't to be. But at least we scored first. At least we show we are. They've had a couple of chances, then we went up and scored. Then so now we just got to not.
In the early stages of the season, caught fire, as I said.
Just keep going. Just keep going. Just don't let it bring your performance down, and hopefully Chesterfield can get a second.
There's a player playing with confidence, and those two in particular really excelled. But it's the timing of the run.
Come on, boys.
The weight of the ball there from Callum Maycock to
just
go
do not let them. That's not a fact. That is not a fact. Touch him.
About that early goal for Chesterfield and the way that Solihull reacted, very calm, weren't they?
So now to the equalizer, we've got to react. We've now got to react like Solihull did to when we scored, and go for it. No ifs, no buts, go.
Particularly, I guess, when you have the expectation of being the side who finished much higher and being at home as well.
But that's a sign of a good sign, Adam. When you concede an early goal, your game plan doesn't have to change at all. You still have to keep to the
It is, folks, 1-1. If you guys turn up late, it is 1-1.
Deal with pressure. It's the way the game management happens in these tight situations. It's how it affects you, and a good side won't let it affect them.
Oh, it's through! Oh, for God's sake!
What a chance to put them in front. Well, it could have been either one of them.
We spoke about the line that they're keeping. It's got to be right when
guys, we're on it's BT Sport if you guys want to watch it.
Never really looked confident, did he, when he went through, bouncing awkwardly.
Dallas could easily have taken it off him there, decided to let his teammate take the shot, having taken it through on goal. Final day goal that Carl Hudlin got against Solihull Moors was his first since a brace in a 2-1 win at Grimsby back in March. Certainly Dallas, who's been in the better form in front of goal. Here's Miller though for the Spartans.
Thank you. And this is going from a Stockport fan. Are you going to the final? Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it because parents are away and it's on and what makes it even worse, it's on Jubilee weekend, Ben. It's on Jubilee weekend, which London's going to be manic. Wherever you go, London's just going to be insane. If we won't take that, if people are just going to be here to be annoying, you can your message will get taken out of. It will be free to Chesterfield. Thank you very much.
King with the deep delivery over towards Grimes.
Corner. Ah, unlucky. Monkey Grimes. Guys, let me know in the chat if you are subscribed to the channel.
Paul Hurst for his side's part that they played in that incredibly entertaining contest at the racecourse yesterday. Of course, Grimsby through to the final, having beaten Wrexham 5-4 on a scouting mission today. The Grimsby boss.
Ben, we can only say Chesterfield will take over London if we make it. With 1-1 at the moment. And I'll say this to you lot now. If we win and get to the playoff final, you might be seeing me be the most emotional you've ever seen me on stream since the Scotland made it to the Euros last summer. So you might see me in a very emotional state if we make it to try and end the stream with be crying my eyes out and everything. You'll be seeing all that because I've seen us in the playoff once before, which was 7 years ago when we played Preston North End, and I thought we had a chance and we got absolutely handed. That's the only time. And then I saw us in the playoffs last season when we played Notts County, and we were the better team on the day and didn't deserve to lose that game. So, and we're playing so much better this time round than we were in the playoffs last time. So we're just gonna keep playing with it. We got to play with swagger. I will say that I'm not going to doubt Solihull Moors because we were 1-0 up, and I thought to myself, if we could hold out for a big chunk of the first half, try and get a second goal, I think we could then slightly relax. But then they go and equalise, so now it's made us now have to really go all for it. But somehow it's just weird how we played very rubbish the last 5 games of the league season, but we've gone into the playoffs and been a completely different team. And if you guys want to know how bad we were for the end of the season, we played our last 5 games and only got, I think, 1 point from our last 4 games. Mandeville.
Got the room for the
Vanderbilt!
shot.
Oh! I support Stockport County. Yeah. Stockport who won the league. We were top of the league. I think, if I was correct, I heard a stat that the only other team to be top of the league longer than Chesterfield have were Stockport County.
The conversation here between Paul Cook and one of the ground staff is something to do with a fan. Some sort of altercation that there's been. It looked relatively calm there in that conversation.
Come on, boys! So guys, put your questions in the chat. Ask me questions. I'll be happy to answer anything. But that should be a free kick. I know he didn't mean it, but it's a free kick at the end of the day. Yeah, he slipped. He slipped.
Slip of the slide, isn't it? Slightly more worrying. And then we've got a goalkeeper on the bench.
Yeah, that is the case with Chesterfield. I guess you always take a chance with that, don't you? All outfield substitutes picked by Paul Cook.
So guys, put your question in the chat. Like, subscribe if you are new. It's Chesterfield 1, Solihull Moors 1.
You didn't hear earlier, there was a lot of concern over the fitness of McDonald, the Solihull keeper, ahead of this. In the words of Neil Ardley, his back went in training on Wednesday. He's been seeing an osteopath since. And
after the last game versus Grimsby, would you have preferred Wrexham? No.
Something to keep an eye on that. Miller. Mandeville on the edge of the box. Quickly is in there. Whelan's on the edge of the area. King with the chest down. And can't hit it early.
Any Natwich Town fans? Why would you expect that? It's if it's Solihull Moors versus Chesterfield, you're gonna have Solihull Moor fans in here and Chesterfield fans in here. Hello, Raven. Let me know, folks, if you're a Chesterfield fan or a Solihull Moors fan. But just don't say you're this, that, and t'other just because of the stream. If you're a real Solihull Moors fan or you're a real Chesterfield fan.
Khan. Miller's out wide.
And after that, I might tell you guys the biggest game I've been to watch Chesterfield. Because that was this wouldn't be the biggest Chesterfield game I've seen. There's one even bigger than that. So let me know down in the chat below if you would like me to tell you what that is.
You can see there in the middle of the substitutes, the teenage backup goalkeeper I was talking about, Jack Meyer. Part of the under-19 side at Solihull.
I'm a Bolton fan? What? Wow, see a couple of leagues below Chelsea.
Second division title in the Midland Floodlit Youth League. They've had a successful campaign, the youngsters at Solihull.
Come on, Chesterfield. We're playing really well. It's just one. I think one mistake.
Grimes.
And we just got punished for it, and that's it. Go on, go on, quickly. Free kick, well done, well done.
He's on his game now, and quickly's a real handful, isn't he?
I think it is, and when I've seen him play before, Adam, he needs support in and around him. There have been moments this season where he's had good halves and you feel that something's going to get going, but I mean, they're always going to be judged on goals at the end of the day. He took his goal really, really well. This is a big chance for King. We know we can certainly be dangerous from this range.
Canavan showed a passing interest in this as well, but I think it was always going to be King to take this.
Come on.
Nice distance out, isn't it? He'll really fancy this.
Come on, King.
So it's King for Chesterfield.
Oh, unlucky, unlucky. Chelsea's up there with the biggest games. I know we got battered, but yeah, that is true.
So we've got that up and over the wall.
If you guys want to know what the biggest game that I have been to watch these, would be when we were in the Football League. We got to the Justin H Trophy final. We played Peterborough United, who were in League One, and we lost 4-1. In the JPT final, we lost 4-1 in the JPT final. But that year we went up for League 2 as champions with, surprisingly, a player that plays for Bolton, Owen Doyle, the Ernie Moss days. I'll go watch this game at BT Sports. Just don't let Solihull Moors have a sniff. Go on, Khan. That's a free kick. I want to say that's a free kick because he was a bit late on Khan there. But they'll give that, but they wouldn't give for the foul on Khan. For something very similar.
I thought the game really started well with a really, really good tempo. Both sides looking to get forward, both sides keeping the ball well.
Come on, boys.
It's worth reiterating how important set pieces have been in these playoffs. Remember, the Halifax manager, Pete Wild, highlighted that, how important he thought they would be ahead of that game against Chesterfield on Tuesday night. And so it proves against his side as it's sent in towards Hudlin. He's never going to really generate the power to trouble Loach in the Chesterfield goal. Maguire.
Come on, boys.
Grimes. Williams. Whelan. King.
That's a bit of a crap ball.
And we have the promotion final to look forward to next Sunday. Played at London Stadium, the home of West Ham United. Our coverage begins at 2 o'clock on BT Sport 1 and Ultimate. Always a fantastic occasion. And tonight as well, a big game in the Liga relegation playoff, the second leg between Saint Etienne and Auxerre, nicely poised at 1-1 from the first leg. Auxerre fighting for promotion, Leveur trying to avoid the drop.
Come on, Chesterfield. Come on.
Down by Hudlin. Stands at 6'9" tall, Hudlin.
Mad.
Tallest player in England's top 5 divisions.
Crazy. That was literally... If that's not a bucket, I've never seen one.
He's had a couple of challenges now, hasn't he? Boys then certainly been spoken to.
In your National League Team of the Year, I believe, Adam.
He was one of the lucky ones to make it. And I think he's had a really, really good season. I think the way that Neil Ardley's team have played this year, you're looking at fullbacks to play on the counter-attack, and he can certainly provide that.
Can see it going to extra time, being 2 to win 90 minutes.
Outstanding this season.
Hopefully. But I don't want it to be a draw. I want us to just basically go in, win the game in normal time, go into, maybe if we make it go into the playoff final, not being that too much tired because we're not going through extra time. We're playing really well.
Was Unable to turn into space. Miller shows down the left.
I can see them being another goal in it, but we're the team that looks more likely to get that next goal.
Grimes got in front of Hudlin. Miller. Kellerman. Khan.
Come on, Chesterfield.
Grimes. Williams. Solihull did only suffer 3 home league defeats all season, but one of them was against Chesterfield. Sabara.
Well done.
Slipped with Williams, almost helped him out in the end there.
I just think Chesterfield got to be really careful on the ball in these situations when if King goes forward and they lose it, and there's space down the
Come on,
side
Chesterfield. Come on, boys.
to Sabara and Dallas to run into. It's so important when the fullbacks for Chesterfield get forward. They have to get forward in the right areas.
Oh, that's silly.
Boys. Barnett.
Well done.
Keen to have a run and push it past Maguire. He reacted well. Looks like it could potentially be one of the key battles on the pitch, that duel between Barnett and Maguire. Clark with the throw-in. Just gained a little bit of ground here, Solihull.
The reason I'm not at the game is because I live down in Portsmouth, which is quite far from Solihull, which is Birmingham.
Joining them on what was initially a loan deal, was made permanent in March from Mansfield. Grimes with the header clear. Storer sends it back into the box.
Get it out!
Thought it might run for Dallas. Behind it goes instead for a corner.
It's so important when you switch on with the second ball is if you do win that first header, you have to be alive on the edge of the box. Solihull were there, keeping the pressure on Chesterfield, winning themselves a corner.
Just over 10 minutes of this first half to go in the West Midlands. Centre halves, Goodyear and Howe both up for this. A signal from Sabara. It's a great delivery that was
Yeah, 2-1. 2-1. So Solihull Moors. Yep. And literally a deflection has helped them.
Well, another goal from another set play. And his side have turned it around absolutely brilliantly. See Khan trying to stop the cross that comes in there because they move it off the corner spot there, but I'm not too sure how much Hudlin would know about this. Because Grimes is marking him tightly, and then it just falls in the right place at the right time for Goodyear to come in there. Comes off the back of Hudlin actually, and then Goodyear just reacts to it. You can see the space, it's a determination to get forward. He is onside.
Well, today will mean a lot to Goodyear because he was part of the side, Adam, that you remember we were there for the game in 2019 when they lost that semi-final here to Files. They just didn't turn up on the day, did they? It was such an underwhelming performance from them, and he'll feel, I guess, having been part of that side, he'll want to try and put that right today.
Yeah, that's a fair point there, Adam. Talking a few years ago now, of course, but remember that File game and the nerves got the better of them and they just weren't quite at it. But you have to say, you go down a goal early, and the best thing I've seen from this Neil Ardley side has been no panic. They've tried to stay in control of the game. But Paul Cook again will be absolutely fuming. The way that they've just not been able to handle it across a set play, a corner.
It really is ridiculous how many set-piece goals we've seen in these playoffs, isn't it? King, can Chesterfield hit back? It's another National League playoff encounter that's to and fro. Lead has changed hands, as it did several times at the racecourse yesterday. Could we be in, you wonder, for another classic here? was who got the equaliser, but it's Goodger who's put them in front. Khan, Mandeville, King's gone on the outside, Mandeville with the cross, and backpedaling, McDonald just kept it in play.
Just since scoring the goal, Chesterfield, I think they just struggled to find a consistency to try and break themselves within to that final third and ask questions of the Solihull back line.
Boyce. Followed by Quigley.
You look at his run on the edge of the box, Adam, it's just that determination to get forward, and it's Maguire marking him and he just loses him. And then you get that little bit of luck when it falls off Hunlin, but it's just that desire to lose your man and get forward into space. It's a great run from him.
Lovely back heel, Storer. So nicely done that by Solihull. Barnett, held up by Whelan. Foul by Whelan, free kick Solihull.
You said it really well there, Aaron, and they just seem to flow so well. The combination play, it's been a real key area for them, and certainly been the most effective way of trying to break down this Chesterfield defensive line.
As Adam said, you can see that belief about Solihull, which is very understandable really when they've only lost 1 in 23 games. They've won 5 National League home games in a row. They're unbeaten in 10 here, 8 of those wins. In towards Hutlin, and it's just taken away from him by Grimes.
Come on, Chesterfield.
Great header there, brilliant header.
Now on King. Did well there, Grimes.
You worried for just a split second because you felt that Hutlin just done enough to move on to King at that far post area. And you maybe felt there's a little bit more flight on the ball. It's certainly got up to that header being favourite. But you have to say that it's quality defending though from Grimes.
Been so valuable to Chesterfield this season, Grimes, with so many of their centre halves suffering injuries. A mix of Gunning and Kroll. Flipped on to Dallas.
Come on, defend! You bunch of idiot! Start defending!
King, final 5 minutes of this first half.
Because at the moment we're playing shambolic.
Mandeville,
Second goal is
Khan,
unfortunate because it hits someone's back and you don't expect that to happen in a game. First goal, you just let him put a through ball through the middle of your defence and they're going to score. But the first one is unexcusable. The second one's just an unlucky goal. Oh, unlucky! Unlucky Miller! Come on, boys!
I mentioned him at the start of the game.
Keep going, keep pressing, and eventually we're going to get an opportunity. So I have done it twice. We need that opportunity again, and something can happen. Something can happen. I have this faith, I have this love that we can do it. I have this luck within my soul, within my gut feeling that we can do it. Because I don't want us missing out. I don't want us playing National League football next season. No way. We just need to play with passion. But at the moment we're playing well. We're playing with a bit of high tempo. We need to keep going. 42 minutes played. Chesterfield 1. Solihull Moors 2. But we got to keep going.
boys.
We have to keep going.
Nice turn inside by boys.
Just don't let him shoot.
Barra.
Way! How's that?
Again, it's lovely football by Solihull.
You can see what he's just trying to do there, Joseph Barra, just trying to get that quick touch out of his feet and then whip it to the right-hand side of the goal. Just creates himself that little bit of space, but
Come on.
didn't quite execute the shot there. But again,
Come on, boys.
just really
We just need that one little spark. We need that one little chance. We had it in the 8th minute when Joe Quigley put us in front. We need that one chance. All we need is that one chance. I'm being serious. One chance. That's all we need.
It's on BT Sport 1. Same night.
It is one. It's just one match. One match.
This is a fixture that went against home advantage on both occasions this season. As the home side in front in this playoff semi-final as we head towards half-time, but Chesterfield with a
Come on,
chance
get
to
someone on.
exit
Get someone on the
break.
ball. Shoot.
Played into
Something.
the feet of Khan.
Anything. Anyone.
He sends it in. It's a great
Oh! Oh!
struggling to get
Oh! Oh!
appeals for handball.
Handball!
Chesterfield found
Handball!
a good view of that.
Handball!
Oh, this
Ref!
is really loud appeals. You can see the
Ref!
players as well getting around the referee, Tom Kirk.
Ref!
They've gone across to the assistant.
That is a penalty. That is a pen.
It's going to be very interesting
That is a
to see
pen.
again.
I'm just wondering what view he's got of this, Tom Kirk. But you look at your linesman in that situation. But it's a brilliant ball in there from Jeff King because it caused all kinds of trouble. And then you think if Maguire just gets a little bit more on the shot, when he deflects to him, then he might be able to find himself an equaliser. But this is what the Chesterfield fans behind the goal are unhappy about. That's a brilliant ball in there.
King
Well,
sends it
boys,
to the corner.
head
Pressure
up.
from Chesterfield at the end of the half.
Goal!
The frame of the goal.
Unlucky quickly.
Strong finish to this
Ooh,
first half.
should have had a penalty. That is a penalty. How is the referee and linesman have missed that? They bottled that. They bottled that. That is handball every day in the sun. That is a penalty every day.
You know, the goal happened early on, and that certainly really just kicked Solihull Moors into gear a little bit. Again, they've just really struggled to find momentum of keeping the ball better in Solihull's half. But they can certainly take a lot of credit. That crosses into the box, the height that they've got.
I still think that's a pen.
2 minutes added time.
That is a penalty all day long.
Referee has called the captain, Grimes, across
But it is a
the-
pen. How on earth did that referee not know that it Solihull players arm?
Seen so far,
How?
Adam.
How has he not seen that?
I
How?
think that you can clearly see the way that Chesterfield are just trying to set up without the ball. They are so aware of the counter-attack from Neil Ardley's team. They got themselves.
Come on, let's
the
get
goal,
out.
they
Let's
got really,
come
really
on.
well, but it was
Come on,
a-
lads, let's get behind them.
The home side, and they didn't panic, and they just carried on playing their game. They carried on using the creative players within that final third. And I think on the balance of play,
I'm just appalled. I am just appalled
into half-time, but just the way
that
Chesterfield have just finished this first half will give them a lot of
they
confidence.
got a lucky
They're
second
gonna just
goal,
try and replicate some of
which
that in this
fair enough, you get
second
your rubber to green. But that's a penalty.
Grimes because of a blood injury.
But that is a penalty.
Something, not that he got to the face a little earlier on, but the referee's clearly either noticed it himself or been told about it. A change of shirt required.
That is right, it was a clear pen. That was a penalty all day long. If that costs us in this game, then referees clearly have got to be literally taught how to referee a game. And that is shocking. That is shocking. Woo.
They've not stopped the blood, have they? They're going to end up with the same problem again. Grimes, you can understand his frustration at being straight back on the pitch. We'll need all that to a bit more added time.
Just keep pressing. Keep pressing. I still think we got the announce to be able to do it. Half time. Chesterfield 1, Solihull Moors 2. We'll be back in a few minutes, folks.
Very well taken goal after a nice move from Chesterfield. But how Solihull hit back their top scorer Dallas with the equalizer pretty soon after. And then one of the centre halves, Goodyear with the goal that sends in the home side 2-1 up at half time. Lots more entertainment to come, no doubt. It is the playoffs after all. Half time here, Solihull 2, Chesterfield 1.
What are we seeing tonight? I don't know what I'm saying. Here we go. The action starts now. He's gone down. You did it again. It's your job. My job, really. How has that happened?
This will change driving forever, Sergey. It's completely automated.
Are you sure?
Of course. You can really just let go and relax.
Okay.
Sergey, what you doing?
Well, you said it was automated.
No, the car insurance.
I check for new deals automatically. Oh, I see. Whoopsie. Make your car insurance to automatically find ways to save. Simples.
This is silky. This is smooth. Di Serono Velvet, the new Dolce Vita.
Phantom, the new fragrance for men by Paco Rabanne.
If hay fever's stopping you seeing the sunny side of summer, try Beckinase. Beckinase targets the areas affected by hay fever, tackling 8 hay fever symptoms, giving you long-lasting, non-drowsy relief. Don't sniff your way through summer. Help beat hay fever with Beckinase.
You can do everything with Square. Take a payment whilst hearing the hottest gossip.
Yeah.
Process the online order for every single dessert on the menu. See how those new saltfish fritters are going down in the Sunderland branch. Help push them 3 tables together. Oh, hang on. You're on your own with that one. Square. Everything your business needs. Almost.
Oi, Rita! It's time to face the music and make tax digital!
I don't trust tech.
Fear not! QuickBooks customer support gets you real help from a real human!
Real humans. I like those.
Show the world what it means to be a fan at fanatics.co.uk. A collection of officially licensed fan gear. Fanatics.co.uk. Officially licensed everything.
The art of creating is to discover a world of beauty and uniqueness. For Lore coffee artists to create a masterpiece. For you to enjoy the richest aromas. Lore, a masterpiece in taste.
I am.
I am now back, folks. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat what you guys think of the first half. And Solihull Moors have got the rub of the green. And I will say that they've had the rub of the green. They've had the luck within there. So, but we're talking with my dad about the handball decision. It turned out that Maguire was the one that handballed it. I didn't notice at first because But we'll get another poll out for you guys to vote on what you think of the first half. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. Let me know in the chat. So all we need is a goal. That's all we need. Is one chance I quickly took for us to get back into this game. So let me know in the chat, put your questions in, and I'll answer as many questions as I can. We are on our way to the final Common Moors. No, because there's still 45 minutes to go, and we've got more experienced players. Solihull Moors have only got a goal, and they're only winning due to the ball literally coming off someone's back when they weren't even looking. So it's going to be interesting, but we just got to make sure we play our way better. But we are playing very well. We're just going to be... Chesterfield should play big at this level against tiny clubs in the National League. Fair enough.
Good game again, Liam. It's echoes of yesterday. It's end to end.
Yeah, bright game. Obviously, early goal always helpful.
We're just going to play well.
And then obviously we got a great reply from Solihull, and they managed to swing it back in their balance. So still only a goal in it, so we don't actually know which way it could go. But yeah, we've got a right game in our hands.
Maka, that's better from Quigley.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's a finish of a striker that you wouldn't think that he's only got one goal in his last 6 months. Takes it really well, takes it early, good composed finish, and gives him the confidence to have a really good first half.
Talking of confidence from a striker, Dallas, full of it.
Yeah, it's a great run initially and a great spot to find him. Just plays the line really well, and then as he goes through, confidence goal scorers out to lift it over the goalie there. Fantastic finish.
Yeah, and then they started to play Solihull, you sensed, Aaron, and they were good, as were Chesterfield from set pieces. Bit of luck, bit of good work in this.
Yeah, it's a really good ball in from Boyers in the first instance. They get a little bit of luck because he hits Hudlin on the bum cheek, I think. I think he'll still claim an assist from it, but then Goodger's on the move, he's alive to it, and a little bit of good fortune, he gets to tuck it.
The little block. Yeah, that was a game I alluded to yesterday.
We just need to play. We just need to start playing better. And also I want to give a shout out to a friend, to a good friend Amy, who who's from Chesterfield. He supports me when I do all this YouTube stuff, so I can't think any more of that, and that is appreciated to know that friends are here to support the channel and do everything they can, which is great. I got good friends. Chesterfield will make it to the Football League again, whenever it's this season or another remains to be determined, which is fair enough. But there is still 45 minutes to go. It only takes one chance for us to get back in it. And if you guys not seen yesterday's game between Grimsby Town and Wrexham, basically there were about 9 goals in it. 9 goals in one game.
Chesterfield made the bright start here, quickly back amongst it. Since then, though, it's been mostly Moors. Dallas.
So we need to be at it straight away from the start of the second half. Be at Solihull Moors. We need to be absolutely on it. We need to be absolutely on the ball. We need to be absolutely, literally, mind needs to be focused. Mind needs to be focused. We need to get the ball. We need to get it in the back of the net. And we just need to go for it. But I am absolutely nervous because it's 45 minutes away from another season in the National League, which I don't want. And we're that close. We're that close to a final for a chance to get out of this league, which we should be out of this league already because we've got the players to do it. But we're just going to go fighting. And it's only going to take that one chance. One chance. You never know what can happen in a game. But, like I say, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. Any which way, you do what you can do and get a good result in a game. But at the moment, we went 1-0 up. Then to be a bit lackluster for the first goal we conceded. And then the second goal, just a bit of a good fortune. Because it came with the player's butt cheek into a player's path, which is slotted away to make it 2-1. So, a bit of, and I don't mean good fortune, I mean a really good fortune. So, an early goal in the second half for the Spirals would be ideal. That is true. For Chesterfield, we need to get an early second half goal would be ideal, because it means we've got the platform to think, oh, we've got a chance we can get a third. We're on the ascensive, we're on the march, we can do it. But we have to be on it. Paul Cook has got to be given the biggest team talk of the season. Somehow he did it against Halifax, and it came up trumps because we scored in the second half. So we need to do it again. He needs to do it again, and hopefully it goes, I don't want to say from bad to worse, but it could be, I don't want to say from bad to worse, because bad to worse is an understatement at times. But if you play well and we go, do this, you do that, you do this, you do that, you never know what can happen in life. But like I say, you could be seeing my emotions literally change in the second half, depending how the pendulum swings. So you could see me getting into an absolute sad mood. The more it stays 2-1, the nearer it gets to the 90. Or if we were to score, my emotions could slightly get more up. Thinking, we've equalised. We have a chance. It's on. But Chesterfield might be big, but I have had a bad end to the season, so I might be playing on their minds. No, it's not playing on their minds, because we have played a game against Halifax before this in their elimination round, which really we shouldn't have won that game, because Halifax were the better team on form. We were written off in that game, and we managed to get something from it. We're written off in this game as well, but we are literally holding our own. We just need, we're lucky enough not to be level, because we did have a shot clear off the line that would have been a goal by Maguire. But just to let you guys know, the handball situation was never a penalty, because it was our player, Lawrence Maguire, who handballed it. Not the Solihull player. Just so that we don't have any arguments whatsoever. But, and I will say this now, still believe, because it's only one goal in it. One goal in it. And if we have seen how the Grimsby Town game versus Wrexham was yesterday, second half, all the goals are flying in. After that, the goals are flying in. Left, right, centre. Which way in that? That game could have ended any score. Like that, at that point, it all depends on how it goes. It is nerve-wracking, to say the least. Yeah, if Solihull score, it will be all over. But like I said, I've seen worse. I've seen absolutely worse. But we just got to keep pressing. We got to keep the passion. We got to keep going.
Great ball for Mandeville's put it across quickly. What a lovely move that is from Chesterfield. Look at the run.
We can do that again and score.
Chesterfield will need to turn it around.
Paul Cook's ball in here! 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 Come on!
Options off the bench. You've got
Let's go and do this!
Nathan Tyson and Tom Denton, but
Bring on the experience of Nathan Tyson, and we could end up doing this.
You know, they'll try and stick in the game a little bit longer and see if they can try and affect, like I said to you before, the Paul Cook sort of team. They want to try and get balls in the box and in the round.
Chesterfield! Chesterfield!
And obviously the size.
God!
People playing off him, you know, we saw the run early on for the goal from Mandeville. If they get people in them spaces and can't, you know, they can look to create some problems for Solihull.
I just sense, Aaron, that Solihull, it's about flow and rhythm. When they start playing, they're hard to contain.
Yeah, they are. And you look at their front line, you know, they're young, energetic, they're playing with no fear, and it's, you know, when they're in full,
Goals for us! Hard boys!
So they'll be looking to go and get more goals. They've got a couple, but there's more chances out there for them.
Of course, they are missing the suspended Jamie Osborne, but they haven't missed him thus far, you say, today in terms of control in the middle of the park. And Kellerman and Whelan get a grip for Chesterfield. Quigley looks back to somewhere near his best, but Dallas, Zabara, a threat. Okay, 45 to play. Who goes to the London Stadium to face Grimsby? Adam and Adam.
Thank you, Matt. I just wonder whether we could be in for another frantic second half, Adam.
Oh, don't not do that again.
1-1 at half-time at the racecourse yesterday. That ended up 5-4. This has been a fairly open contest. And I think probably Chesterfield would have taken a fair bit of encouragement, even though they're behind, from the way that they finished that first half.
Yeah, I think
God, Chesterfield!
can take great confidence from that. There were elements, especially in the first 15
God,
minutes,
boys! Second half is on the way. Solihull Moors 2, Chesterfield 1.
As you mentioned, just finishing that second half.
Next goal is the most important, and that's.
A little bit of confidence when you start the second half. I mean, they have to be aware that they can't go forward too early to leave themselves open at the back. It's got to be the game management. It's got to be the balance of trying to get players forward. I mean, you'll certainly be looking at his bench in the second half to try and.
It's just going to be important. It's important if we get the next goal, but you just got to be on it. You got to be on it for the next minute to last. You got to show respect to the other team, but.
Have everything crossed near Lardley and his team that McDonald can get through this game. Dosed up with medication because of a back problem.
Come on.
Here's Khan.
Go on, Khan. Hey! Thank you, ref. We are so missing Kabonga. Maybe we are, but we've got other players. We've got other means of to do this, to do that, to do this, to do that. We've got other players. We can't just keep relying on one player. We don't want to be a one-player team, which we've mostly been half a season, but that's just us.
The quality of the ball is right.
Player who was named in the National League Team of the Year last season, Jeff King, when he did such great things at Halifax. There's his ball in.
Come on, someone have a dig.
Whelan was a long way out. Decides to play the pass to Mandeville.
Come on, keep pressurising. Come on, do something.
Mandeville is tracked by Boyce.
Well done, Khan.
Puts it into the box.
Someone have a crack or do something.
Solihull get it clear. It's one for Dallas to chase as out comes Loach.
Well done, Scott Loach. That's experience for you. Taking risks in matters into his own hands. He's got to push on the ball.
Theatrically and optimistically there, Quigley huddling. Clever ball there. Dallas is on the run. Players arriving in support. Maybe not quite.
Come on.
Enough, though.
We're just going to keep pressing. We're not doing anything. Physically nothing.
Williams. Miller.
It's just nothing at the moment working. As much as we're doing nothing, we're trying this and that, but not a lot is happening in our. Hopefully, get an early. Hopefully.
King.
Oh, that is poor. That is poor. Why? Why do that, King? Just at least try and get it on. Just at least get it on target. At least.
Certainly an encouraging sign early on that they've had the better of the chances.
It was interesting before the game where he talked about, he used the word appetite about his players, said how there was a complete contrast in that respect from the defeat in their penultimate league game of the season at Torquay that we showed live on BT Sport, where they were so lacklustre, and then Adam, that eliminator at Halifax where the whole attitude just seems to be totally different.
I think the frustrating thing for Chesterfield fans and Paul, you know, the quality is here. They've shown that for long parts of the season, but it's amazing what confidence can really do to affect players' mentality going out onto the field. But what could be their best performance under Paul Cook against Pete Wild's Halifax side midweek, and that certainly helps with training. You're going with a bit more of an appetite, as he says there, and a little bit more confidence to want to go and play the next game. They've started this second half pretty well.
Come on, boys!
Criticised in some quarters Paul Cook for not doing post-match interviews after that defeat at Torquay, and he said the reason he didn't was because he feared he'd say something he'd regret. Was his reasoning for that the other day when asked. Just wear his heart on his sleeve, but it's brought him a lot of success over the years, something of a promotion specialist. Always done it by winning league titles though, hasn't he? Which isn't a bad habit to have.
We need to do something! Come on! Give us an opportunity, something!
Callum Howe was a National League title winner with Lincoln in 2017. Goes to McDonald. Decision goes against Hudlin.
Seems to be coming back from an offside position. Certainly an element of frustration when you've had time on the ball on the edge of your own box.
We need to do something.
Certainly a frustration of any manager.
Go on, let's get an opportunity, get one chance, and you never know, we might take it. But at the moment, this is going to be a stressful 45 minutes, folks.
Callum's made the run to the edge of the box. This is Mandeville.
Or if we were to score, you'd be seeing me going absolutely bananas, absolutely mental. Not if we do balls like that. Not if we do balls like that.
With him at the moment. A firm challenge there. Dallas stayed down after that tackle.
It's a good challenge there from Jeff King. Another committed one. Just afterwards, I think he just caught his face on Jeff King's leg when he went to get the ball. Totally accidental.
Only Mullin, Shamanga and Madden got more National League goals than Andy Dallas this season. He's got one in the playoffs this afternoon already. She came through the youth system at Glasgow Rangers.
Oh, come on!
Boyce. Dallas. By Hudlin. This is Lawrence Maguire. Remember him saying that his stomach was rumbling with nerves, Lawrence Maguire, when he was watching his brother Harry playing in the Euros. I wonder whether Harry's feeling the same about his younger brother in the playoffs. Here's Mandeville.
Come on, we need to do something. Come on, boys.
Kellerman opened up.
Oh, stop shooting from range. You're not going to achieve something doing that. You're not going to achieve anything doing that.
Kellerman to bring the ball down and have the confidence to go inside there. Shot on target. I mean, they've started the second half better, you have to say that.
Number 28 player, epic fail, needs to be benched. Sadio Khan, he's our best player on the pitch. He's caused most of the trouble. We went downhill fast, changing the manager. Such a shame.
Williams.
Come on, Chesterfield. Come on, the more this takes without doing anything, the more I think it's not going to happen.
By Hudlin, but it runs through to Grimes.
No. No! He dived. He dived. Odlin dived. I didn't know he dived.
You can't just go down like that and not give a penalty.
He dived. And he knew he dived. Scott Loach didn't touch him.
Thomas Kirk seems that as a dive, Adam.
Scott Loach didn't touch him. Scott Loach didn't touch him.
He goes through there, and I do worry every time goalkeepers.
Do you know what? Scott Loach did not touch him.
But he's got the call 100%.
Scott Loach did not touch him. The player completely dived, and he should be ashamed of himself.
From Hudden as well to get up and say, why isn't that a penalty?
He didn't touch him.
Whelan. Carl. Whelan. It's movement from Miller to the left. Callanan central. This is Vanderbilt. And almost 10 minutes of the second half. King. Into Dallas. Goes down but gets nothing. Working hard. Andy Dallas for the course. Centre forward there in a left back position.
Come on, lads. We need one chance. One.
That's my point again. There's moments in games that you look at. You've had a blatant player trying to cheat to win himself a penalty.
He should be sent off. The guy is cheating, so he should really be sent off or booked at least.
Hudlin with the touch. Maycock.
Come on, boys.
Dallas waiting in the area. Still Barnett. Held up by Maguire and Khan. Still want to get anything out of that in the end.
He did really well there. Barnett didn't have really too much around him.
Come on, lads.
Chesterfield players to try and play it off him to win inside a corner. Scored for one already in the first half, and now Chesterfield will have to certainly be switched on.
You can see there Maguire still having the conversation with Hudlin. Player on loan from Sheffield United.
Come on, defend. Defend this.
Member of their under-23s title winning side last season. As his ball in. Sabara with the header. Barnett.
Get up.
That was the player who went down on the edge of the box there. There was always the chance that Solihull could be something of a surprise package this season when you think of the way that they ended the previous campaign, a strong end to it. And beaten in their final 7 games, they won 6 of them. We've seen many times in this league, haven't we, Adam, where sides give themselves, even if they finish mid-table, if they keep most of the squad together, have a strong end, even if it's mid-table, it can be such a good base to build on.
100%, and I think they've gone through this season, I think, massively.
Come on, Chesterfield.
You look at pressure on Stockport, you look at the pressure on Wrexham, Chesterfield, Notts County, you've got the likes of Halifax and Solihull Moors. That's the way certainly Neil Hardy would have liked that pressure to be on his side, but they have certainly delivered so far in this game.
I was really interested by Ardley saying that he's never managed a group of players that train as well as this Solihull group. Bearing in mind he's coached a long time in the Football League, Neil Ardley. Oh, here's Miller.
Miller! Go on! Oh, why did you not go even closer?
Good stop that by McDonald.
Disappointing. He knows that's a huge chance.
The wrong player.
The black from Carnex, he gets caught.
Why did he not go further?
It's the right thing to take the shot on, but I think he just delays it slightly. He's got to go lower. And across McDonald as well. It's a comfortable height for him to make the save.
It's a real warning that though to Solihull who lead, but it is a fragile lead.
Come on, Chesterfield.
Things can turn in the playoffs.
Oh, Scar! Come on!
Looking for support, goes alone.
Jesus Christ, Khan! What was Khan doing there? Khan literally put us in that situation.
Providing it doesn't go through his legs. He's made a really, really important save after a mistake there from Khan that allowed Hutland to go through.
Come on, boys.
Too much of a hurry to take the corner here. Harry Boyce spent some time at Manchester City before signing for his parent club Sheffield United. Almost an hour gone. He wanted to speak to the man whose goal is the difference between the teams. Gudja.
Come on, boys.
From Boyce, Slope stays on his line. He couldn't keep it out though. What a header that is!
3-1. That's it. That is it.
We've been treated to some great headers in the playoffs, Adam, but this by far
that is
the best one out of the bunch. Because the way that he has to generate his own power the far post area, just jumping away from goal as well. It's Williams on him, and he just muscles him off there. And he goes back across goal. The timing of the header was absolutely important for Callum Howe. And the timing of the goal for Solihull Moors is even more vital.
His fourth goal of the season, and they've all come since early March. But yet again, Adam, a set piece. So many times we've seen this in the playoffs. Kellerman is coming off, and it's Rowley who's coming on here. Whittle introduced as well. So Kellerman and Whelan off, Whittle and Rowley on. What of the reaction in terms of those changes from Paul Cook, Adam?
I'll say no surprise. So
Maguire is actually the player who's gone off here. Let's just clear this up. Whelan initially thought was going off, but he stayed on. Maguire has gone off, and Whittle is now coming on. A degree of confusion about these changes. So Whittle definitely on. Rowley had come on and then went off again.
Still time. If you can get a goal back, you never know.
I didn't think he was coming off and now has. Yeah. And it's all as clear as mud.
Yeah, you're trying to ask me to explain what I thought of the changes. Just trying to work it out myself. Like.
I think we've got there in the end. There's the confirmation. Can you offer your thoughts now?
Well, listen, I mean, he's, in terms of the injuries that he's got and really nothing available to him, you need a little bit more ball in that midfield area. I think Whittle coming on just on that left-hand side, I think just offers a little bit more going forward than what Maguire may offer. Rowley just into that. We know he can be decent on the ball. We know he picks up positions and the delivery into quickly is going to be important. Probably looking at Nathan Tyson to be the next one to come on.
Just going back to how, Adam, you'll probably remember, like I do, how hard they had to work Solihull to sign him when they did from Harrogate back in the summer of 2019. They turned down 4 bids for him, Harrogate, before they eventually got their man. It was for an undisclosed club record fee at the time. This proves a very shrewd addition. It's his goal that's put them 3-1 up in this semi-final.
So he always knows he's been a threat from set plays. Callum Howe showed that with Simon Weaver's team for Harrogate, as you mentioned. It was a big signing to come in. I know they were certainly a big fan of his try and take this club forward.
There is plenty of time for Chesterfield to turn this around, though. Carl, Whittle. And you were right, Adam, when you said the timing of the goal was so important, because you just were getting one or two signs that Chesterfield's might have an equaliser in them.
Yeah. I know you had started the second half a lot better, and you have to say that, but you almost get tired of saying it now. Set plays at any level are so important, and we've seen it's cost.
Come on, boys!
And again, it's just now cost another hard situation for Chesterfield to try and turn around to find themselves 2 goals. I mean, I'm struggling to see them find 1. 2 is going to be an even bigger task for them to do, but they've got to try and find 1 very, very soon.
Quickly. Looking for the room for the shot, instead finds Miller. Mandeville's waiting.
Oh, okay.
To touch by Kutcher. The 2 centre-halves having a good afternoon for Solihull Moors.
Good position there from Goodwin. The ball goes out wide. You have to sometimes worry about the man, but your positioning is just as important.
Come on, boys, stop playing.
Mandeville. Is it going to be playoff heartbreak, a second season running the Chesterfields? Eliminated by Notts County last season in the Eliminators. Williams. 25 minutes to go of this semi-final. Did so well to reach this point, winning away at Halifax. Chesterfield. Halifax had the best home record in the National League in the regular season. This is now an uphill task they face. Whittle. Khan. Mandeville. Williams. Mandeville. I think plenty of the ball, Chesterfield, since Solihull got their 3rd. Rowley. King.
Come on, boys.
Taken out of play
Say.
by King.
Come on, you absolute piece of blue trash.
Nice turn. Calm back to Grimes. They turn possession into some chances here, the Spyrites. Cool header back by Clark. As Clark, being a former Mansfield Town player, would take if ever to join in eliminating Chesterfield from the playoffs. No love lost between those clubs. A big weekend for Nottinghamshire sport, with Mansfield beaten yesterday in the League 2 playoff final, and Forest playing in the Championship in the final later. Here's Whittle. Calm. Whelan to Williams.
Come on, do something!
Grimes. Calm. Whittle.
Come on, lads, let's not argue.
Chesterfield players had him just look flat.
I'm letting my mate see this because you're going to get absolutely telled. You're going to get absolutely telled.
So Hudlin is the player being replaced here. sure which side of the pitch she's supposed to go off at. Hudlin. It's Danny Newton who'll come on to replace him. Signed from Stevenage in August. Neil Ardley saying he was top of their list of summer targets. Good work rate, Danny Newton. So I remember him saying he likes to rough up defenders. Coming on with a protected cast on that left arm. Good turn by Khan. Holds off Maycock. Khan's done well here. Look for Rowley and King.
Oi!
Rowley. King. Across to the referee.
It's on BT Sports.
Certainly frustration from Jeff King, feeling that he maybe should have got a penalty. He was in a good position there. Comes back in, I think he just loses his footing.
Minutes to go then. We have the situation at the moment where we will have, if it remains this way in terms of the outcome, the team out of the final four sides in the playoffs with the most Football League experience in Grimsby. 111 years the Mariners have spent in the Football League, up against the team with no previous Football League experience in Solihull, who are looking to go up to the EFL for the first time. What an achievement that would be for Neil Ardley if he could achieve that with Solihull. He's already said it would probably be the biggest achievement of his managerial career. 6 seasons they've had at this level since being promoted under Marcus Bignor as National League North champions.
It's amazing to think, isn't it, that his services were deemed not good enough for Notts County when he was sacked when they were in the playoffs, took him to a playoff final. Just shows the job that he's done. It just shows the quality of a manager that he is, that he's got down and done his business brilliantly. Set up this Solihull Moors side, so good on the counter. Arguably one of the best footballing sides in the division.
Boyce with the ball in, it's a nice layoff. Sabara was there, it was blocked by Grimes. Clark keeps it going, Stora, Sabara, Barnett.
Come on, do something!
Laycock has found Barnett again, who goes on the outside here and stands up the cross.
God's sake!
Let that carry Boyce. Mentioned earlier, Adam, about how Neil Ardley had said that how well his side trained, that he's never had, Neil Ardley, a team that trains better. Adam, when you are as a player, when you have a real high tempo in trains good day after day, how much of a difference does that make in terms of a match then?
Adam, it's absolutely everything in terms of the mentality, the standards that you set yourself, game in, game out. The sides that I've been successful with, the sides that I've been fortunate to win.
Come on, boys!
Was so competitive, it was sometimes ridiculous, because you're trying to win every five-a-side, you're trying to win every eight-side, you keep ball sessions and everything, and that sets your standards week in, week out. And I think has a major effect. When you see teams struggling, you do look at the training sometimes.
What a save!
Newton couldn't take, out came Loach. Good save by the Chesterfield keeper, he's fully kept them in within any hope of turning this around there.
Just a few times in this game, they've kept a high line, Chesterfield, which has been brave. There's quite a few times that Solihull Moors have managed to get in behind, but you have to say that Scott Loach has commanded his box really, really well, being brave to come off his line.
Grimes with the clearance. Barnett. Solihull Grimsby final at London Stadium. A week today, as Paul Hurst, the man in charge of the Mariners, who look to bounce straight back to the Football League. The coverage begins at 2 o'clock next Sunday on BT Sport 1 from the home of West Ham United. A yellow card presumably shown here for time wasting for Goodger.
Fucking hurry up! Stop slowing everything down, you little bricks! Don't make me come down there and I'll come and rip this shit from your absolute face!
In the 2019-20 National League Team of the Year, the pair of them.
First half we were actually quite good. It's just as soon as they got the third, it's looked like they've given up.
Solihull edging closer to that appearance in the final, unless there's a incredible turnaround here.
Never thought I'd be seeing this choke quickly. And he's up front. Yeah, and the best chance we've had the whole second half, we get put. One of our players gets put through one-on-one, and it has to be Calvin Miller that has the opportunity. I will not even let him go through one-on-one ever again.
Marcus Bignett left in 2016.
I would have more of a chance of Joe Quigley scoring it in his natural striker.
He achieved great things in his first season. Here's Whelan. Calms him, but bit of space. Whelan goes into the box quickly.
Oh, you shit, Quigley bastard! Just blow the whistle now, get me through my misery, and let's go on with the next season.
In French football, with the Ligue 1 relegation playoff second leg to be played, Saint-Etienne against Auxerre. Nicely poised at 1-1.
Saint-Etienne versus Auxerre. Got some more good football to watch today.
Trying to avoid the drop. Should tell you about Friday, Saturday, I should say, the 11th of June, Fight Night Live, Brian against Dubois. That's a 7 o'clock start on BT Sport 1. We also have on the same day UFC 275 on BT
275, UFC 275.
Savara.
Paul Cook, get through your fixed goal and get this fucking playing.
Paul Cook in that situation, what messages can he get across? What can they be doing differently to try and turn this around?
Well, they're trying to figure a way of getting the ball into the final third a little bit quicker at the moment. I just think they're moving the ball slightly slowly. I think the third goal is taking a lot out of them. I just don't see the personnel in this side where the goals are going to come from. And that's your biggest worry. We can talk about the injuries, we can talk about the players that have been missing, of course, but some of these players need to take the responsibility a little bit more. Maybe just turn Solihull Moors side a little bit more and just squeeze themselves up the pitch, because at the moment they're not controlling the game anywhere near enough in the midfield.
I didn't even think we would win this as soon as I found out that Danny Rowe. Yeah. I would say if Danny Rowe was playing, we would have stood more of a chance, because he's that physical strength.
Solihull finished there as they did. Won promotion to the championship with Burton back in 2016.
But that's what I'm saying. I will say, to get in the Football League, they would have to do a lot of renovating to the stadium to make it up to the standard of the Football League.
And he was an outball in the final third for them.
Because in the Football League, you're not allowed to have standing in most of the ground, and most of the ground is standing on, but behind both goals.
Calms in space. Whelan it comes back to. If they could get one back, it would really put some doubt in the minds of those Solihull players.
Yeah, because if you score one, then other team can start to get nervous and then start to make mistakes. That's all you need. But it doesn't even look like we're going to get anything.
Mandeville kept it well. Calvin Miller.
Yo, it's going to be weird if they get into the Football League Solihull, because there's a player that's 6'9".
Need a spark. They need
who plays for them. Why did Saidu Khan? Why did you try to do a scorpion kick? Why are you trying to do a scorpion kick? You're not Olivier Giroud. You can also do it. Because he hit it. with the back of his foot backwards.
I remember him saying earlier in the season, in terms of budget, he
Nope.
feels that Solihull are a mid-table National League team.
It was.
If there's any doubt that
It was.
sides that they've been competing with at the top end of the
He
table.
kept bragging about, oh, we got to a Champions League final.
Wrexham and Stockport.
But did they win?
Budgets dwarfed Solihull's. In fact, I remember him also saying, Neil Ardley, that Wrexham had spent nearly £1 million on transfer fees alone. He said, which well eclipses
There is. Yeah, there's one in the Football League that's like that, aka Bristol Rovers. Yeah, and literally where the away fans are, that's literally the whole. That's how much are allowed for away fans there. So literally, you only get about 700. Because in the Football League, if you said to someone, say like a Mansfield or something like that, that you can only be allowed 700 fans for a league game in League 2, there'll be arguments, because that's just outrageous, because they're not going to make money from the tickets because it's not enough. You would at least want to take at least about 1,000 or 1,500 for a league meeting, because usually most teams in the Football League will at least sell out their allocation, but it's over 1,000.
Dallas, the centre forward, in a left back position.
But there are only a handful of teams in the National League which will do the same, and we're one of them.
Whelan. Down too easily, not the referee, but they've got it back quickly here. Khan.
No, we've lost. We've lost. Why are you taking Mandeville off? He's the only player that's managed to try and been there to try and cause us something and get players going. He's taking off he's bringing on Denton. So that means it's just going to be lobbing the ball up and up, and he gets his head onto it, which is boring. Oh, it's Paul Cook's stunt double.
Big centre forwards.
Yeah, but he's annoying, because literally as soon as he comes on,
so good at winning knockdowns.
I don't know who just came on.
Grimes, it came.
Yeah,
in the circumstances.
Yeah.
I
think we're not going to get promoted now. We'll just be thinking next season it's going to be between. I think it's going to be between us and Wrexham for the league next season, because if we play, even with playing like we are, we're not playing that bad, even though we're 3-1 down. It's just that nearly every goal in the playoffs, in every game, every goal's been from a set piece. So it's a recurring theme.
The goalkeeper for time wasting with 7 minutes remaining.
Yeah.
I'll just be grateful.
Yeah.
It would seem as though McDonnell is going to get through this.
But also
cotton wool, so to speak, ahead if they do indeed reach the final. Solihull up that game at London Stadium a week today. It's been seeing an osteopath with these back problems in the lead up to this game. He's on loan. He was an emergency loan himself, Joe McDonnell, because the number one, Ryan Boots.
Except they've got one problem. They've got an industrial estate literally next door to the ground, so they can't build too much on where they are. They're literally on a very small area, which their ground's on. Because if you see in the stand where our fans are, behind there is their training pitch. Penalty! Penalty! What the heck? He didn't get the ball. He didn't get any of that ball.
He did it perfectly.
I don't think he touched the ball. And now is that a foul? This is why I hate National League refs. Because they don't even know what's a foul and what's a foul.
It's a great touch there from Miller to use his chest like a trampoline to get the ball forwards. But
I don't even know if he even touched the ball.
Timely challenge there from Callum was excellent.
Because it's going at normal speed, it's hard to know until they slow it down. But then we gave away a free kick after that, which I didn't think was a free kick. But this is why I don't like National League refs, because I don't think they're fit to referee a game. Because there's some decisions which they'll give him, which if you've seen that in the Football League, they wouldn't have given that. They would have just said play on.
To be a fifth season running in the fifth tier. The Chesterfield are looking a little tired out there. Of course,
yeah, but you also got to think we've had most of our best players have been injured. Danny Rowe's been injured all season. Then he redone his injury and missed this game. Shamanga's been injured since February. Asante is injured. Oyeleki injured. Since most of our...
It was an awkward save, wasn't it? Because Miller didn't quite get the power on the shot, but he got the precision there right.
Our main goals.
Good position on this left-hand side.
Yeah, and that's due to that we were having injuries happen to us at the wrong time in the season. Which it will happen to every team. You have that team which you'll get an injury at the worst time, or you get it at the right time. We got it at the wrong time. We did get some back, but then a lot of them recurred their previous injuries again, which is unlucky.
So much height on the pitch for Chesterfield in that respect. Grimes was stayed up as well. Williams was in there too.
We bought him from Halifax about 4 years ago, and he's done literally not that much. But
again, they're in no rush to restart this. A nice apply to both of the calves.
I already know, and I will say this: I will be supporting Solihull Moors because Chesterfield don't like Gainsbury, so I will be supporting yous.
Told in my ear that they're saying down on the touchline it's precautionary that ice apply to those calves.
I think so. Long hard season.
But I'm not going to be really that disappointed, because we've had players that have had injuries, recurring injuries, too many.
Goals in his last 7 games. Called up to the England
It could have been different if players were fit and didn't get injured regularly. And it's just lucky that they've got their main striker playing for them and he's on good form, and we don't even have anyone that can do that.
Lovely dummy on wheeling by Maycock.
But Nick,
Newton just had to hold his run.
he said he was looking for players before, because I think National League at a certain time of the year they can go and buy players some way through the season, and he had a look, and it turned out there was a few he was into, but they just didn't give the manager the time to be able to get him sorted.
Maycock.
But what didn't help, but at that same point we were looking at getting some players in, we had an off-the-field issue with the old manager, which made him leave. So that didn't slightly help, and then Jamwinga then got injured. At that same, and then it also doesn't help that we've got AFC Fly or whatever they're called, accusing Chesterfield of doing wrongdoing to our old manager, and trying to give the club a bad reputation and a bad name, which also doesn't help when it's near the end of the season. Because that could also put you don't want. What makes it even worse is Miller. What? It's weird that why is most of our shots coming from goddamn Miller when it should be coming from Quigley, because he's the actual striker. It's that I'm not really that disappointed. We've actually done better than last season. because we got knocked out in the elimination round of the playoff last season. So it's like we've at least gone one better. So at least we managed to show we can do it. But it doesn't help when you've got so many injuries. Doesn't help. Oh, yep, and we got another derby. Yeah, their ground's not fit for this league, and that's me say their ground is like this. Their ground is only a three-sided ground, and then the other side is with actual fencing. There's an actual fence for the rest of the ground. Because where their ground is, there's a public, or what you would call up north, a jitty, literally on the other side of the ground, which they're not allowed to build. Can you believe that's a weird thing for a ground, that you literally got a public footpath the other side of the ground, which it's unable them to build on one side of the ground, and then the rest of it after that is housing. So if they get to the football league, they will have to get a new ground.
The team with a little bit more rest, and his side's been given that time, almost 2 weeks that they've had off before this game.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think helped Solihull Moors, that they've had 2 weeks off to prepare for this game. We've not. That's I think, but that because of their league position. But fair enough.
Controlled the game. It's been fairly routine for them. I think the two centre halves have been excellent.
It'll end up being us and Wrexham will be the main favourites to go up. And I just don't like Chesterfield being favourites for anything, because we never live up to it. Actually, we weren't favourites this season to go up, and we ended up nearly surprising everyone. So there's going to be us, Wrexham, Oldham, Scunthorpe, which are the big four in the league, and Notts County. Grimsby are going to go up. Solihull Moors are not going to beat Grimsby. No way.
Space for his teammates was exemplary. He's been a real key player this season. He's been a real key player today. I thought he took his goal really well. That kind of got the momentum.
He's on form. Solihull Moors have won 22 games in a row, which got them to finish third in the league. That is mad. But I'm still proud of them because
held that record, but 19 in the regular season and 1 now in the playoffs. I suppose
because it's an achievement for us that we literally stayed above. We stayed in the top 7 the entire season, which not a lot of.
Chesterfield have other ideas right at the end.
No, but it was. Yeah. But like even commentators said, it doesn't help when we've had throughout the entire season injury problems were coming left, right and centre, and at one point we were having a full squad of first team players out, which you have full squads worth of injury players. You could make that on its own. It was getting that bad. We don't even have if our keeper were to get injured, we don't even have a second choice keeper. That shows how bad it's got. So Scott Loach, we only play him and no other keeper. So if he gets injured, we're buggered.
Fox in midfield, Waterfall at the back, Crocombe in goal.
Yep.
You look at this Solihull Moors side, the way that they can.
Our academy keeper is a guy called Minter, who I've never even heard of.
But at the moment, you have to say the momentum of Grimsby is going to be a really fascinating game.
I think Grimsby are going to win because they've got experienced players in their team, and they're known for scoring very late goals and surprising people.
He just made this game because of a back problem.
Yeah, but then it also means I can not be stressed and actually enjoy doing rugby streams.
With a couple of games to go, goes on this emergency loan, given permission to come on.
Yeah, even Chesterfield have put, the boys gave it everything, and that's all we can ask for.
Swings and roundabouts, isn't it, this game? That we absolutely love. Seems to be fairly routine. I think that was a major worry coming into the game.
So we can beat.
He's got through this game pretty comfortably.
No, the game. Yeah, no. What did he say? They said the boys gave it everything, but that's all they asked for. But they put the season that ends in a defeat. But saying they gave everything in the matter of defeat. They had shots. They had. I love to see stats of how many shots we've actually had and how many we've had on target, and I can see if it's properly that statement's the right thing to put.
Aycock doing the chasing. It's Grimes again, and there's the final whistle. And Solihull have done it.
Okay, lads, next season, let's go for the league again. Because we'll have Jamwinga back. But, unlucky. Yeah!
The dream is over for Chesterfield. It will be a
I'm not really that disappointed because we've had too many injuries.
But Solihull can keep on dreaming. Their top scorer Dallas with one of the goals. The two centre halves, Gudger and Howe.
I knew we weren't going to win this as soon as Danny Rowe got injured against Halifax in midweek. Because he would have played. They say that he would have played. I just said he would have played if he wasn't injured, so it would have made a difference because he's more of a threat. But unlucky. Lads, we're going again next season. Hopefully get promoted and go for the league. But the only problem is there's going to be Wrexham in the way.
It's just a continuation of the fine job.
Interesting how Scunthorpe will. I will not say anything about scum shite. They don't like us, we don't like them. Bugger them. Like, subscribe to the button, don't forget to hit the post. And hopefully Solihull Moors beat Grimsby because we don't like Grimsby. So, like, subscribe to the button, don't forget to hit the post.